From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Friday morning to you. The Flyway Focus Sports Report is brought to you by Cole Oil and Propane, providing energy solutions for Flyway Conference Communities for over 100 years. Check them out at www.coleoilandpropane.com. A couple of losses last night in basketball. Springs boys had a halftime lead on the road against Kiel, but the Raiders exploded offensively in the second half and knocked the Ledgers off 89-78. Springs drops to 7-3 on the year. North Fondy's girls hung with Division 5 third-ranked Warbirds Academy last night, but the Knights pulled away late. 55-38 the final there. Did not receive scoring stats for either of those games. Omro Wrestling competed in a triangular with Berlin and Winneconne. No results from the Berlin duel, but Omro knocked off Winneconne 44-30. Logan Carley and Nick Steffen each got pins. Mason Borner and Jason Lakash both won via tech fall. That brings us to a busy Friday today. We'll keep it with wrestling. Omro back in action tonight at Lomira. Tonight's duel was rescheduled from the snowstorm before Christmas break. Should set up to be a competitive matchup between the Foxes and the Lions. 5:45 is when that one gets rolling. In girls hoops tonight, 3 conference matchups. Should be a great game between Springs and Lomira in Lomira. The Ledgers are 3-1 in the conference. Lomira is 2-2. They'll tip it off after wrestling is finished. Both teams battling in that race for second place behind Laconia. Speaking of the Spartans, they're back in action tonight on the road against Campbellsport. 7 p.m. tip there. Laconia, unsurprisingly, remained the top-ranked team in Division 3 this week. And a back-to-back for North Fondy. They're on the road at last place, Mayville. Game time switched for this one, 6:15, the new scheduled start in Mayville. Non-conference night in boys hoops, 4 games tonight. North Fondy heads to Lourdes Academy, perhaps a chance for the Orioles to earn their first win of the season. 7 o'clock tip in Oshkosh. Laconia is on the road to take on Marquezan. The Spartans coming off a couple of wins at the Whitewater Holiday Tournament. Marquezan is 5-2 on the year, 7:15 tip there. Omro plays host to Princeton Green Lake tonight at 7:15. The Foxes looking to get back into the win column. They've lost back-to-back games. And the headliner on the boys' side is between Lomira and Kewaskum. Lomira is up to number 4 in Division 4 and a perfect 6-0 on the year. Kewaskum, record-wise, may not seem impressive. They're riding a 5-game losing streak, but they've played tough competition, and they feature one of the best big men in the area in Zach Bain. The UW Parkside commit is averaging nearly 30 points and more than 10 rebounds per game. At 6'8", he'll give Jake Bresky all he can handle. Should be a fun one to watch. A great head-to-head matchup tonight in Kewaskum. 7:15 the tip. In hockey tonight, the Warbirds will head to Stoughton to take on the Icebergs at 7:15. The Warbirds were ranked 6th in the latest top 6 rankings on Wisconsin Prep Hockey. Fondy Hockey hosts Kenosha at the Blue Line tonight at 7:15. Springs Hockey not in action, but the Ledgers burst their way into the Division 1 top 6 rankings this week. They were ranked at number 5. Springs has to compete in D1 this year because of the competitive balance factor. Much busier slate tonight, lots going on, ready to dive into the second half of the winter season. We'll talk to you tomorrow to break it all down. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.